Hello everybody, and I welcome you back to another guide on the new runes, and this time for the junglers. Now I'm sorry I didn't get this out earlier. I was kind of debating. I wanted to see how the video I did for the support runes did, and it did really well. It did. It's currently my most viewed video, which is kind of sad because I put a lot of non-effort into that. But today, now I have the junglers, because I wanted to do the junglers before, and the day I was like, okay, I'm going to do the junglers. I went on to the PBE, they took the new runes down. Yeah, the old runes masteries, and I was like, oh, are you kidding me? That was fun. First off, what we're going to start with is with 3 junglers who have very specific tailored rune pages for them. The first one is going to be Rammus, and I feel like Rammus is going to be like a key jungler with these new runes in the preseason. Rammus is going to be really strong, and so is Hecarim, because Hecarim and Rammus are going to be able to gank like it's nothing again. They're going to just snowball themselves and their entire team with how fast they can go and how little you'll be able to react once they gank you. I went with Predator because Predator, you get your boots as soon as you can. With Rammus and Hecarim, you're going to want to buy your boots first back no matter what. Don't even buy the second part of your jungle item. You gotta get boots first. Because if you don't get boots, you can't use your Keystone Predator, which gives you a large boost of move speed and causes your next attack to deal bonus damage. It gives you a lot of move speed. I think it was like 45 or something. Is it going to show me? No, it won't. Nope. This is strange. It gives you like 45% bonus move speed, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, everything else will like tell me. That's really weird. Anyway, the next one would be Cheap Shot. This is more for Rammus. Deal bonus true damage with impaired movements or actions. Now this one is going to be insane on Rammus because using your E is gonna be what sets off this Cheap Shot. But you have so many like ways to just deal damage to enemies at once that you're gonna stack up a lot of true damage really quickly. Stuff like Sunfire, Thornmail, your W, and your ult, all ticking off at the same time will all imply the true damage separately because it's whenever you deal damage, which is gonna be just amazing, and especially with your auto attack since your E gives you that bonus attack speed. And then I said Ghost Poro and Relentless Hunter, mainly because Ghost Poro helps you kind of ward every now and again. I guess you could also go with maybe more of Zombie Ward because I know people who play Rammus and Hecarim like to go for more of the Sweeper's lens. And I put that on my Hecarim one because Hecarim is one that I've seen most often with the sweeping lens. And then Relentless Hunter, unique takedowns grant permanent out of combat move speed. That's just going to help you go around even more and just get as much, as many ganks out as possible to just get your team ahead. Of course, because it's Rammus, you want to go for Resolve because you want to be a lot more tanky. And you want Condition, because Conditioning is going to be very useful with that +6 armor and increase your armor by 5%. That's going to be really useful for Rammus, just stacking up as much armor as you can to make your W and your Thornmail and your passive all do lots of damage. I noticed though that they changed the other two. There's been a lot of changes with how a lot of the runes work since I did the support ones, which kind of goes to show that not everything's final. Conditioning seems to have not changed, although the other two seem to have gotten worse, which I don't understand why, because they weren't as good as Conditioning in the first place. The second one would be Second Wind. You restore 4% of your missing health over 10 seconds whenever you get hit. It's going to be really useful, especially when you have your taunt and W on someone, because you're not going to be taking as much damage as you used to be doing. Because you'd be kind of having to take damage to deal damage, but now you'll be getting some health back as well, so you might end up be taking like basically nothing, because you'll just heal all of it back. Now we're gonna go with Hecarim. Hecarim's very similar. And there we go. Oh, that's very... No. They're the same. Okay, I don't know what was going on. I don't know why it glitched out, but yeah, you want sudden impact because after your dash and you leap onto them, you'll deal... Let's see if I can see it. Yep. 10 lethality and 8 magic penetration. That's gonna help early on with doing some good damage. So after your dash, you gain some lethality, so you can cut through people's armor a little bit better. You can go for eyeball collection, so that you get some more damage out, or you can just go with the zombie ward to help be a little more, have a little bit more vision, because like I said, you can get that sweeper lens. Relentless Hunter is still the same, but instead of going for resolve, you would probably want to go for more of sorcery. Because I know lots of Hecarim don't like to be as tanky, they like to be a little bit more damage dealy. You obviously do want to have, like, get some health from your items, but mainly you can get that from your items, like the health from your Trinity Force and from your Spirit Visage. You don't really need to go full tank when you're going Hecarim. This minor rune, I guess it would be. I'm not sure quite how they're doing the runes, because I know there used to be major runes and minor runes. Now they're all just kind of the same. Celerity is definitely going to be something you want. With that gain 3% extra move speed, gain extra AP or 80, that's going to be insane. And gaining 80 just from moving really fast, especially on Hecarim. Hecarim, your E... If you get Yoru's, oh my god, and with Predator, you're gonna hit someone, and you're gonna probably, like, I'm suspecting some one-shots from a Hecarim E. It's gonna be insane. It's not gonna be fun to play against. You're definitely not gonna be one-shot in the early game, but I'm sure, like, a late-game Hecarim, riding into the enemy ADC, just dead. They literally, like, truck hit them, ran them over. They're now roadkill. I said water walking, because I don't feel like mana. I feel like mana flow band could be quite useful. The only really issue with that is Hecarim tends to like to spam his abilities, and the mana flow band. I can't say it. The band, like, refunds your last spell that you used, which on Hecarim would be like 18 mana, and then you gain 10% of your missing mana, but it takes a full minute to get that kind of passive again, which with Hecarim, you would have already spammed your Q so many times you're out of mana. You can't use another. It kind of sucks. So water walking seems like it could be something a lot better. I hate those when in the river kind of effects, because it's just like, when do you really fight in the river? I guess it could help you fight the dragon more, just a little bit, but I mean, it's dragon. Now the last specific jungle rune page I have is Kindred. Kindred, you want press the attack because you're gonna be attacking very often with Kindred. You're always attacking as much as you can. So getting press the attack, triumph for the health restore, and bonus gold on kills will help you kind of really reach, like, your late game potential a little bit early on. Alacrity? I have no idea what that means. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Takedowns on enemies grant permanent attack speed. That's going to really help you get your max attack speed without even having to buy too many attack speed items, so you don't have to sacrifice that much damage to only go attack speed, which would be nice. Last Stand was one of the runes, specifically, it's got to be specifically made for, like, Kindred and possibly for Tryndamere. I mean, you could even do this same rune page for someone like Tryndamere. Tryndamere is a jungler. I've been forgetting a lot of junglers. I looked up a list of junglers, and they really don't have all of them. And it sucks, because there's a lot of different junglers that you can do. All of these would be good for... all runes on this would be perfect for Tryndamere, especially a really damaged Tryndamere. I went with the sorcery tree to get the ultimate hat, because getting your ultimate out in a lot of fights, especially with the last stand, which lets you deal, what was it, 5 to 12% increased damage to champions while you are below 60% health. Maximum damage gained from 30% health. So once you have your ult and you have last stand out, you're going to be doing a lot of damage to anyone you fight. And with Tryndamere, it's really easy to get below 30% health and kill everything. So you're already gonna do like lots of damage with your crits. So then you get like 24% extra damage, I guess, because it's a crit and it's doubled. You get 12% of your normal damage, and then you have all your crit. So it'd be kind of 24% because it's being doubled, but it's 12% on the crit, I guess. The ultimate hat's gonna get you your ultimate's a lot faster as Kindred and Tryndamere, letting you sustain and get that last stand. And Gathering Storm is always really good because their strongest suit is late game once they have all the stats or a lot of their items. When they can get that ultimate out like really often, it's not gonna be fun against either of them. Now it's time for a little bit more of the grouped jungle pages I put. The first one being assassin junglers. This is gonna be something like, if you go Talon jungle, I guess you can go Rengar, Ev. What was another one of my assassin junglers? I had another one I know. It's probably something like Graves, to be honest. Graves likes to do things like this, where you just walk in, you get one kill really easy, and then you, even though your cooldowns, you would have your cooldowns on, you could use your Dark Harvest ability to try to get the other kill really quickly. Just about every champion that you would be an assassin, you would want sudden impact on, because all of them have some kind of leap, dash, blink, teleport, stealth. So getting that lethality, or getting the magic penetration, is going to be really useful. And with just about, normally with every assassin jungler, you're getting like probably a, what is it? The Duskblade of Jackthar, which will help you clear wards to get that eyeball collection up, and you're getting kills constantly, so you get another 2 stacks from that. Or if you're playing Ev, everyone has to buy pink wards, which are super easy to find, and you can just kill those. I went with Ravenous Hunter. Heal for a percentage of damage dealt with your abilities increased with each unique takedown. I guess it depends on what kind of actual assassin or what kind of items you're building with that. I would just say the healing's a little bit better because you may not build exactly healing items. So you might not build, was it, the Gunblade on Eve, or you might not get Death's Dance on Talon or Rengar. So getting that heal will be really nice, especially since the only other ones are really out of combat movement speed, which would also be really nice. You can go with that, or the item cooldowns, which if you try to get something like, if you go Talon and you get the Yomu's and the Veil, I don't remember items. I feel really bad now because I'm not remembering these item names. Then you could go for the item cooldown by all means. I just went with Precision because as an assassin you're getting a lot of kills, so you want that restore health, grant bonus gold. That's also going to help you sustain a little bit better, so you don't just dive in, die, and then have your team get all the assists. Well, have your team give you all the assists. Instead, you're getting the kills again because you're still alive with all that healing. And then the Coup de Grace. So you deal 5% damage to low health champions, and you basically have a get excited effect similar to Jinx, but instead of gaining attack speed and move speed, you gain damage, which is really nice. 15 AD or AP for 10 seconds, which stacks. So you can stack that up as high as you can get it, which will be quite amazing for people like Ev and Rengar. The next one are sustained fighters. Kind of people like Warwick or Xin Zhao would be a good one. A little bit like you want to do with Vladimir. You want to just heal as much as possible and just never die whenever you can. So you got to go for that Grasp of the Undying, because that's going to give you a lot of heal, and it's going to be affected by your max health, which is going to be really nice. Font of Life is going to also help you keep your allies healed up as well, so you don't end up just doing a 1v5 because of all your allies died. Conditioning, if you ever get the resolve tree for any reason, you have to take conditioning, because conditioning is just such a good rune. It's like it doesn't really have much of a problem with it. There's no downside. And the other two, compared it to conditioning, it's really easy to not lose within 10 minutes of the game. So why would you ever pick the other ones? There's no reason not to pick conditioning, especially compared to the other two in the same row. Second Wind, you're going to be getting hit a lot because you're going to be kind of a tank and you're going to be jumping in on the enemies. So getting that 4% of your health over a couple seconds is going to be really nice. Overheal can also really help you, especially since it's 8% of your total health. So you can get this massive shield on people like Warwick that's going to be completely insane to try to play against. And finally, you want tenacity, because people are going to try to be stunning you because they don't want you on their ADCs. They don't want you taking down all these people and just healing constantly. So getting that tenacity from getting takedowns and whatnot, because you don't even have to, you don't even have to get just champion kills. It will also give you these stacks by getting minion kills and getting jungle camps and things like that. It's going to be really, really nice to just not sit through stuns like how you would normally have to, and for them not to be the death of you, because you can get past that stun fast enough to get another one of your heals up and then get your health back up before they could burst you through your stun, before they could burst you through because of the stun. I went a little bit silly with this one. All your base belong to us. This thing broke. That's always great. Yeah. So this is going to be for champions like Jarvan and for Shyvana, really objective focusing kind of junglers. One's even Trundle. Trundle's another one. I was just remembering that. Grasp of the Undying is always really good. You mainly want Demolish for this, because Demolish can be really strong. Late game, or just getting a lot of health on some of these junglers, Demolish will let you hit towers for as much as Rift Heralds do, which is absolutely insane. Conditioning, like I said before, conditioning is always really good on any resolve tree. And Overgrowth, you want Overgrowth over the Second Wind one, because Demolish does bonus damage to towers based on your max health. So having Overgrowth and getting a whole bunch of percent bonus to your max health is going to be really great, especially late game with Demolish. I'm sorry. A lot of these champions, I went with Sudden Impact just because most of these champions you're going to go for. Maybe not Trundle, of course. You could probably go for... I'm sure you can find something different to go with Trundle. But I went with Sudden Impact because playing Shyvana, oftentimes you dash in with your ult, or you have Jarvan's hooked to his flag, so you can get that lethality really quickly. And the lethality you get from the sudden impact counts 4 towers. Because I'm pretty sure, yeah. Oh, you have damage a champion first. Oh, that's kind of lame. But you can use that. If you kill the champion quick enough, you can use that to try to help you take down the tower a little bit faster. Because it does last for 5 seconds. That's alright. Eyeball collection is just kind of easy to stack up. Of course, you don't have to go with this. There's plenty of other things you could pick with these kind of champions. What's another one? Oh yeah, these walk in, walk out. These are the champions that you just like destroy the enemy team, and then you're just like, well, I killed them. That's my job. Bye. Like Fiddlesticks or Gragas. They both have really easy ways to get your arcane comment to make sure it hits. No, jeez, I'm sorry with my nose. And the ultimate hat is really good because Fiddlestick's ult and Gragas' ult are really like a necessity in any fight they're in. The next one I went with Transcendence because you want to get as much of that CDR out as possible, and all of the kind of items you want to get with Fiddlesticks and Gragas will oftentimes lead you over 40% CDR, or 45% CDR in this case, which kind of sucks, but now luckily you'll be able to turn all that excess CDR into AP, and getting Gathering Storm will increase your AP even further, because you want to try to get your absolute like tiny cooldowns like as fast as you can, especially with your ult. Fiddlesticks is not that good early on, but once you can get like mad ults out and like all your items that like maybe a Lindor's Torment or Viali's Crystal Scepter, that compared with your ult, it's just gonna be insane. For the second part of it, I went Inspiration, and you get Cosmic Insight, because Gragas and Fiddlesticks are really kind of dependent on their flash. Oftentimes you need to just get that little bit of extra space with, say, the Gragas Body Slam or the Fiddlesticks ult. You gotta flash in so you can get in there quicker, and just having more CDR is really nice on them. I also went with a Magical Footwear, just so you can focus on your items a little bit more, as opposed to focusing a little bit more on your boots. Especially since you can just get them for free 10 minutes later, and since you didn't buy them, they're actually a little bit stronger. They give you like, I think 10% more move, well not 10%, they give you 10 more move speed, which is really nice on Fiddlesticks, because even with tier 1 boots he can move a little bit faster so that he can keep up with his ultimate on the enemies. Although of course you can always kind of go with the biscuits, but I wouldn't really recommend the biscuits just because with Gragas and Fiddlesticks normally you're keeping your health up the most, and the reason why you don't have as much mana is kind of, well, not really the reason why. You can have low mana, but luckily for you, you get the blue buff, and you get probably like runic echoes to help you keep your mana up. The last one would be clean team fighters, so someone like a Moo, where you just kind of stun everyone, and you want to get as many kills on the enemy team because you just completely lock them down, as opposed to your teammates dying. So Aftershock is going to be really amazing with a Moo, once you like Q in and you ultimate, you got everyone stuck right next to you. That explodes, deals a bunch of damage to everything near you. You have your W up. You're pressing your E every time you can, just to do as much AoE damage. It also kind of helps keep you alive a little bit longer because it gives you bonus defenses. Of course, because you just impaired everyone's movement with, say, your ultimate. Font of Life is, of course, what you want, so you can keep everyone alive. Conditioning always. Overgrowth will just help keep Font of Life up. And normally with people like a Mumu, you have ways to keep your health up anyway. And you mainly just want that health so that you can bump up Font of Life to keep your teammates alive, and so that it takes a little bit longer for them to melt through you, instead of just them being able to instant destroy you. The second part I went with the sorcery. The ultimate hat, getting that cooldown ultimate, is very, very good. The Transcendence 10% CDR, that's always really nice. Especially with someone like a Mumu, getting out your ultimate and things like that as soon as possible is really, really nice. I think that was it. That was all the new ruins that I have for the junglers. I'm pretty sure I'm not missing anyone this time. I really hope I'm not. I didn't do Twitch because Twitch isn't that good of a jungler, but I know someone like maybe like Tom or something. I don't know. I guess that could be more of a sustained fighter. Kane is one of the assassin junglers. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I didn't really miss anyone. I didn't say every single jungler by name. Mostly because I forgot the ones that I associate with these guys, because it's been like a week now. But yeah, I hope that helped you have a little bit of idea what you're gonna do with the ruins and what kind of ruins you're gonna pick for some of your favorite junglers once they come out for the preseason, which is happening November 7th, if you weren't already aware of. So yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, leave a like on the video. I, of course, also really love comments whenever you leave a comment. I've gotten a lot of really nice comments on the last video I did, so I'd like to say thanks to you for leaving those nice comments. I'm really sorry I'm messing up my words. I hope at least you guys find it a little bit funny. I'm just having trouble with the English, man. Maybe I should just speak German in all of my videos. I don't know any German. I was trying to think of a German phrase. I don't have anything. Yeah. So I hope you like this video and share it with your friends. In case you think that you might have any jungler friends who would like to see this and might need some help because they can't necessarily get on the PBE and see like what might work. Bye.